in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we have a good one for you between the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills. Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're off and running from Western New York. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First tone of the game for James Cook. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Chased out to his right. That's caught. Keenan Allen. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
10 more yards.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Pass didn't work on second. Let's see how that affects this third down.
Hey, tight. 319. Middle.
Allen gonna throw again. This gets the first and more. It's inside the 10. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
That's good.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Play action now with Allen. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Working quickly here.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Allen setting up play action. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills finish up an excellent opening series. Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Bills 7, Saints nothing. Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here's Wishnowsky now to handle the kickoff. Brown with a return here. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44.
That's good.
Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Hauled in by Olave, left side. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Chuck with a quick toss out wide. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish off their opening drive. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. He is shaking his head, and he's going to be wondering about that kickoff for a while. Couldn't keep it in the field of play, and that offense gets a gift to begin this drive. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert!
Now Allen. He stays up. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
A loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15 at the 35-yard line.
Hey, tight. Look out.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Into a crowd, and intercepted. And the Saints will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. 2nd and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming, and they had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have 2 choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You can play conservative, try to get to a manageable 3rd down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem? Well, this defense saw it coming.
There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
There are a couple different ways now. You can win on a fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, well, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
Smith tacks on the point after. And the Saints take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st.
Bills 7.
Reed now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
What's that?
Now a give to Cook, running left. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Working quickly here. Back to throw now, Allen. He's got a man left. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. And throws to the hurry up here.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Regular. What's that?
Allen on 3rd down. Completed to his running back. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. Offense up to the line fast.
It's 4th down.
Good time. Look out.
They'll go. Allen. And they got home. Sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Coach is challenging to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
Finds a seam down the middle. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that's good for a Saints 1st down.
And the Saints 1st down.
Working inside the red zone. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow their early lead to 13. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Point after good from Smith. And the Saints double their lead to 14.
Bills 7.
Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Ray Davis. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10.
Off 52. Look out.
1st and 10. Here's Allen. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And the Bills have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Only took him one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. That's completed right side. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for a Buffalo 1st. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Now here he goes. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Bills have a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Brought in right side by Moore. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And now it's 3rd and short. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
And they take this in for the score. The Bills lower the deficit to a single possession. Josh Allen, the touchdown. Pass on for the extra point. And that's no good. I don't know if the snap and hold were clean, and he is not able to knock it through.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here's Wishnowsky now to handle the kickoff. Brown with a return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. Reaches the 40. At the 20. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a 14-point game here in the 1st. And that is his 3rd touchdown catch. Certainly enough to call this a very good game for him. And we're still in the opening half, so what else might he accomplish before we're done here? Point after from Smith is good. And the Saints lead by 15 now. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our 1st quarter. It's the Saints setting the pace so far. We'll get back to Orchard Park after this. Reed now to kick this one away. On return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Allen. He rolls to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Back to the air, Allen. To the right, pulled in by Palmer. And he stopped just before the line to gain. This is at the 27.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, and there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Trying it left side with Cook. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Jonas Sanker in from the secondary, making that stop. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. So they're left facing 3rd and long. 3rd and long for him here. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Bills have a 1st down.
And the Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Allen off the play action. Headed out right. Moving right. Airs it out down the sideline. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills trim the lead down to 9. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. Pass on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills get it back to within 1 score.
Saints 28, Bills 20. Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Saints to the line now, 1st and 10. Pistol snap here to Shuck. Forced out to his right. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. And he still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
It's a gain of 18.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
1st down. A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down.
Shuck working from the gun. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
To throw again here, it's Chuck. Going straight downfield to Olave. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints lead by 14. Chris Olave with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Smith tacks on the point after. And the Saints lead by 15 now.
35. Bills 20.
Reed now to kick this one away. McCole Hardman now on the return. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Play action now with Allen. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And it sets up 2nd down. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner. And throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Bills.
Plenty of points already, partner, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Stay with us. More of the NFL on EA Sports coming up. So 1st down from the 41. Allen looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's going to have this one down to the 28. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
That's another Bills 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Allen now on 1st down. On the move, headed right. Escapes the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
2nd down. Here's Allen again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills could make it a one-score game as they cut it to 9 before half.
There's a good chance he wasn't even looking when that ball was released, but the crowd, well, the crowd let him know exactly what was going on. You could feel the swell of excitement. Whenever they take a deep shot, it's only going to get louder now as they were able to connect.
And he'll get in. The 2-point try successful. Now they trail by 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Palmer. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. The 40. Hits the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. As he nabs another touchdown, Brock. I gotta ask you, the former QB, is this a point where all the other guys who haven't scored or only have one touchdown today are coming over to you saying, bro, why aren't you looking for me? Throw me the football.
They may be saying it, but it's a little more of a look, Kate. Like, really? I mean, can I eat too? Do I get an opportunity to sit at the table? But when you got the rapport these two have right now and the confidence and the timing, boy, you look him up every chance you get.
Reed now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face 2nd down. Throwing here, Allen. That's in the hands of Moore. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Allen setting up to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
He's looking deep once again. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Justin Reed has the INT. And the Saints get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
1st down, New Orleans.
Chuck now on 1st down. This one falls incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Chuck now from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. So 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Third down, here's Shuck. Has a man on target to Johnson. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. All set to go now from the 35.
A gain of 29 yards.
1st and 10. Here's Shuck.
1st down.
Taken in by Noah Fant. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone on 1st. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Here's Shuck. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints get more points to end a lopsided 1st half. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Point after good from Smith. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21.
49. Bills 28.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. On return, here comes Davis. Jukes away from one. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here's Wishnowsky now to handle the kickoff. Brown with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's first and 10. Shotgun snap to Shuck. It's caught right side by Johnson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Shuck to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
ETN on 3rd down. And this is not going to do the job. They don't even let him get back to the line. It's 4th down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return.
Their own 29-yard line.
All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. First down throw for Allen. Buys time, rolling right. Fits it through the middle. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here.
The tackle made back at his 48-yard line.
Hey, home.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Oh, he's got it in close. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills start the second half with some needed points. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Pass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills get it back to a 14-point game.
Saints 49. Bills 35. Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick
Here's
off.
Wishnowsky now to handle the kickoff. Brown with a return here. Escapes a defender. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. He dodged the tackle. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Here's Shuck, 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Hauled in by Olave, left side. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans. Shock working from the gun. Into the hands of his running back, ETN. Keeps away from one. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a 3-possession game. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His third through the air this game. Point effort from Smith is good. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21.
36. Bills 35.
Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Back to throw now, Allen. Here's a screen for Cook. And this is brought to a stop up at, let's say, the 34-yard line there. They gain 11 on that play. And the Bills have a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Offense to the line fast.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Allen. Short pass brought in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a gain of 5.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with the penalty. Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of third down, they're now defending first and 10. First and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Allen on the play action. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. Yeah, that's good for a Buffalo first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Throwing now on first down, Allen. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. And it's going to be second down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep. Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Five. Regular. Look out.
Third and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on third down than they did on second. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
All right, looks like this is the moment they're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this.
Alert!
To throw again, it's Allen. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And no look there, that throw falls to the ground.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Here we go.
Pistol snap here to Shuck. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends them backwards ahead of 3rd down.
Kate, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Now Chuck on 3rd and long. And this one is launched downfield. It's complete. Oh, my. They left him wide open downfield.
It's a gain of 37. And the Saints.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Off the play action, Chuck. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play, and boy, did the defense do it there.
And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
19 yards. And the Saints first down.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
Back to 60. Back to 60. Tag. Let's go.
They'll run with Kamara. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. For the extra point, here's Smith. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Saints continue piling on to this lead.
Bills 35.
Reed now to kick this one away. On return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Bills have a 1st down.
That's good for a Bills.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know can set the table for more.
Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Brought in right side by Kincaid. He's not going to get any further after that catch. Tackle made at the 29-yard line.
That's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Third and long, it's Allen. He lobs this up left sideline, looking for something big. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Desperation time here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Okay, that's just one of those situations that is so difficult to be a quarterback in that spot. It's kind of like being a pitcher in a 3-0 count. You just oftentimes don't win, and you feel like you got to force the issue, and you force the issue, yeah, interceptions follow.
They've got first down here from the 36.
70 Lions! 70 Lions! 65, 70 ring, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Hup.
This will give to Kamara. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2. Setting up second and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now a pitch to Kamara. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up third and goal. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Saints keep running away with this. Smith tacks on the point after. And the Saints grow their lead yet again.
70. Bills 35.
Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
This overwhelming pressure in these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills just want to get out of here with how this one is gone.
Terrible, awful, seriously, just disgraceful.
12 to go now on second down after the sack. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Flushed out of the pocket. Can't convert on third. That's to the ground and incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on fourth down. They'll go. Allen. He's got it to his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
4 yards.
Offense is set. First and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 37.
Again, Allen to the air. That one's incomplete over the middle.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Allen gonna throw again. Trying to push deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that.
The Saints are all over this one. Great work by the defense. Hurry up offense now as time runs down.
Loss of 9 brings up fourth down.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. That's complete inside the 35. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a fourth down gamble.
That's good for Bills.
Allen now on first down. Cut near the goal line. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
That's another Bills. First down. First and goal at the 1 yard line.
From the red zone now. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with the touchdown. The Bills making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Extra point up and good from Bass. And the Bills cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points.
Bills 42. Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick
Here's
off.
Wishnowsky now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Palmer. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Saints take over first and 10.
This undoubtedly the final snap of a decided contest. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. So this will win on the road for the Saints. And with the start they had in that first quarter, Brock, it is no surprise to see them come away with a victory at the end. They really did all they could to put this out of reach early. So for Brock Huard and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from Buffalo.